while you're on the point, let's go ahead and dive into why Marvel must recast T'Challa. So if you guys are finding us for the first time, please subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to Larry's channel. He's the tech genius. Subscribe to my homie T Stream. He's doing a lot of vlogging. And this particular segment, we're talking about why Marvel needs to have T'Challa in the universe, considering Ryan Coogler has a 5-year deal to contain content dealing with Wakanda. First, we've got to understand how rich T'Challa's story arc is. That's number one. Secondly, it is very important that Disney don't get rid of the hottest African-American broad stream superhero that's on the market right now. And to give you context of why T'Challa is so important, here's a video I found that we're going to take a look at, then we're going to break it down a little further.
T'Challa is the firstborn son of T'Chaka, king of Wakanda. And as a young adult, T'Challa traveled abroad, attending several different universities, eventually earning several high-level degrees in various fields, including a PhD in physics, and eventually becoming one of the smartest individuals in the world. Freaking what? Come on, that's a big deal. Sometime after his studies, T'Challa's father was killed. It's very sad. And T'Challa stepped up to assume not only the throne of Wakanda, but also the mantle of Black Panther. Now, the title of Black Panther cannot simply be inherited, but it has to be earned through completing several trials, including defeating 6 of Wakanda's strongest warriors. And then you have to survive the juices of the heart-shaped leaf, which is an herb that can only be used by royalty. After the leaf was applied to the body, T'Challa's body went from top-level athlete, I mean like just amazing athlete, to super soldier levels, where even heroes like Captain America and Daredevil could not defeat the Wakandan king. And freaking Captain America is a super soldier, and Daredevil has all that cool sensory stuff that makes him one of the best ninjas on the planet. Now, in addition to being king of Wakanda, having a genius-level intellect, the funds and technology of one of the most prosperous nations in the world, access to some of the largest reserves of vibranium on the planet, and essentially being superhuman, T'Challa has one of the coolest costumes in Marvel. It's like Iron Man and Batman put together, but only the best parts. The title of Black Panther has existed since the early beginnings of the Wakanda nation, and each new Black Panther has their own attire. But T'Challa's is the best. T'Challa's suit is lined with vibranium, making it just as capable at resisting kinetic attacks, much like Captain America's shield, along with special vibranium alloy claws. What? That can cut through most metals. I mean, just this dude can do so much. The suit has also been shown to greatly enhance Black Panther's already heightened senses, thus increasing his ability to see at night and across the visual spectrum. And you're thinking, well, anybody's suit can do that. Yeah, but T'Challa can sense shit even when outside the suit. He's freaking amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've already talked about who we think would be a perfect recasting Marvel #recast T'Challa. John David Washington, we think, would be an excellent recast because there's story arc between John David Washington's father and Chadwick Boseman. And we think John David Washington could pull it off. We've seen him in Tenet. He did an excellent job. But beyond that, the stories you have to tell that revolve around the centerpiece of Marvel, they all deal with the Black Panther because, as they just explained in the video, they had the most advanced technology on the planet, more advanced than that of Iron Man, way more advanced than Iron Man, to be honest with you. He had a story arc where he had to fight the Inhumans. He had a story arc where he was fighting the Submariner. He had story arcs with the Fantastic Four, and they wound up going into space. Wakanda set up a space-based thing like Sword. But there is one story that they should tell that deals with what we're dealing with right now in America with racism, and that would be this story right here, the Sons of the Serpent. Basically, there was a racist group formed, in essence, to be the sons of the Confederacy. And what happened? I'll read you this excerpt. Sons of the Serpent were a racist group created by General Chen in an attempt to divide America. What does that sound like just happened with this last president? Performing hate crimes against foreigners around the country. After his followers attacked Bill Foster, the Avengers publicly opposed them. The Serpents retaliated by kidnapping, get this, y'all's favorite son, Captain America, and threatening to kill him unless the Avengers would publicly take the Serpent's side. The Avengers and S.H.I.E.L.D. freed Captain America and unmasked General Chen as the leader. The Sons of the Serpents were reformed by 2 talk show hosts, Dan Dunn, Montego Hale, trying to stir up racist distrust and hate. They were defeated and exposed by the Black Panther and the Avengers. The Black Panther led that assault because someone tried to go to Wakanda, steal some of their technology, and tried to run roughshod on the world in the same way Killmonger was trying to do with their technology. But the Black Panther defeated their ass too, and it had a pretty good story arc. So that's one story arc that definitely needs to be told. Marvel,
Hold on.
I can't make this stuff up.
I have to take issue with you trying to put Killmonger in the same sentence with the Sons of Serpent, man. Come on, man. Killmonger was about liberating our people from our oppressors. He can't be put in the same conversation with those racists.
Hey, man. As I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, Marvel recast T'Challa. We all have so much rich story arc with Wakanda. I don't know how you take Prince T'Challa out of it. And we all want to see that story with him and Storm. Not only him and Storm, but we want to see him and Storm get married. Then we want to see him and Storm have that great battle in which he has to overcome Storm's abilities of the element, which some people don't know. Storm's abilities with the element are stronger than that of Thor, who is supposed to be the god of thunder. Having said that, Larry, when is Marvel going to recast T'Challa and John David Washington as the new Black Panther?
I don't know, but it seems like that's where people want to see it go right there. So I'm hoping that it does go that way. The better question is when is Marvel going to unleash Storm? I mean, anybody who's read about Storm in the comics and then you see the way they've allowed her to exist in the movies, you're like, why do they have her like she's a second, third tier superhero? Who's only comes out and just every once in a while does a little trick here and there. It's like, nah, she was seriously badass, and they just didn't really let that out. So I don't know, but I would like to see the love story develop between T'Challa and Storm. So, hopefully that'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who they're going to put in there as Storm, but, the chick that was in there as, for, I forget, what was the one with the Teenage Mutants? She wasn't bad.
Yeah, she was okay. She was all right. T-Streams, how you feel about them? And with knowing all this story arc, shouldn't they recast T'Challa like tomorrow?
Well, I think it would be a good idea to do so. I think it would be a good idea to do so because the Black Panther actually has his own history, just like every other superhero. And we have not been privileged to any of that history except that which corresponded with the Avengers in the previous Avenger movie, and that was limited. Because matter of fact, at that time, I don't even think he even had the title yet. And was it at the end of Age of Ultron or something? But yeah, they should go ahead and do it, man.
Yeah,
it would definitely leave them more creative options. Whereas trying to go the route they're going now, you have to come up with sideways to get around this and get around that, and then you have to totally abandon an entire plethora of events and circumstances that happen with this particular character.
Right, 100% agree with you, Marvel. If you're watching this, if this video blows up with the hashtag recast T'Challa, we'll put our name in the bed for John David Washington. We've got people in the comments saying he's too short at 5'9". Hell, that's my height. All you got to do is put a little inch on the shoe. Robert Downey Jr. ain't but like 5'8" himself. So I think he could do it. Marvel, let's do it. Hashtag recast T'Challa. Check out my man E-Man. His link will be in the description as well because we're trying to get this thing going.